Moving on. Let's see. Let's go here. This is where we at. Maryland. Shout out to the MD. Low-income families who rely on federal food assistance are being scammed. So we all know today is the second day of the end of the food stamp pandemic amounts are out of here. Out of here, okay? So you're back down to the pre-pandemic levels, and then you got to figure out a way to do it. But we know that everyone's complaining. Shout out to Little Big Nate in the building. I haven't seen you in a while, hon. I don't know if you come up in my feed. I miss you. I'm going to have to come see you when I'm done. If not, I'll definitely do the replay. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. Shout out to Little Big Nate. You can follow Little Big Nate, but you definitely better be ready for what you're about to hear. If you're sensitive, don't do it. If you're easily offended, don't do it. Other than that, it's a great show, okay? Shout out to Little Big Nate. And shout out to Mr. Gino here in the building, channel member. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you for the 5. He said, Michonne, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, y'all. That's all that matters. Thank you so much for being here. Just as a FYI, that's what's going on over here, okay? But we're moving on to food stamps. Second day, March the 2nd, where we're going back to pre-pandemic levels. Let's see what's going on here with this family.
Tonight, low-income families in our area who rely on federal food assistance are being scammed. This is connected to that report we brought you earlier this year about those credit card skimming devices in Prince George's County. Well, police say thieves have used those devices to steal $700,000 worth of SNAP benefits just this year.
Our most vulnerable neighbors. Yeah. Tonight, our Matthew Torres explores how Maryland families are being affected and why they feel.
Wait a minute. Before they even go on, y'all remember when we looked at Baltimore and them ladies were saying they were stealing the money out and we don't know how because our cards is with us. Y'all remember? I don't know what's about to happen here, but if they still haven't fixed this problem, how old is this? This is from November 2022. All right. But still, I feel like that was a while ago. They still ain't figured it out. Sheesh. That's all the more reason also. Excuse me, you waiting around for government. That's still waiting for government, right? And then they stealing your stuff. They not giving it back to you. If you recall, they got their food stamps taken. No, it might have been their welfare checks, actually. It got taken and they was like, you need to give us more. And they was like, we ain't got nothing for you, man. Can't do nothing for you, man. Shout out to Public Enemy. No. And they was like, it's not right. It's not fair. So they was going out in Baltimore at 11:59 p.m. in order to get the money at the midnight hour. Y'all, that's pretty bad. I got to find that video.
Not enough's being done to help.
Look at your toes.
There's a lot to juggle as a mother. But for Tiara Tyson, nothing has felt more up and down than the last 24 hours.
I was screaming on the street, screaming, like, who would do this to me?
She's one of 658,000 Maryland residents to rely on the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, to feed herself and 5 kids. The federal government provides the benefits, including other cash assistance using EBT card.
I know y'all heard it. I'm not going to say nothing, but I'm just going to say, I think we have a theme. I'm just going to keep saying we have a theme. I'm just going to say it like that, okay? Whatever. I'm just going to say we got a theme. That's all I'm going to say.
But for someone who expects $1,500 every month, Tyson unexpectedly received bad news.
I just found out all my money, my cash, was basically off my card. I want to get my baby a cup. Swipe my card and look at my receipt. I have $11 and some change on my card.
So you could use SNAP benefits to buy a cup? I thought it was for food. Did it change? Okay. She said a cup. She went to buy a cup, a CUP for her kid. Why she need a cup? You ain't got no cups in the house? Stop. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me keep it moving. Keep it moving.
This mother says she was scammed after using her card at an ATM machine. The same thing happened to Bridget Jackson.
Very frustrated.
stressed out.
Jackson says her account, which receives more than $600 a month, has been wiped out more than once. With $0 in her pocket, she worries how to support her 15-year-old daughter.
There's a lot of us.
Okay. So this is kind of the same story, so nothing has changed. So let's keep going back to the newscasters, right? Because we know Doogie don't care, all right? They definitely talk like they from Baltimore. Doogie don't care. The rest of them politicians, remember with the math and the reading in 22 schools and no one can read and they pushing them along, right? They won't answer any questions. We saw the politician saying, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you. And you don't have anything nice to say, then I don't want to talk to you. Do a nice story. I don't want to talk to you. Those are your politicians. Those are your politicians. Those are the people supposed to be helping you. Those are the people that do not care why you want to be upset with landlords who just want to get paid or be mad at me because we talking about the stuff that y'all putting out here in the air. She came on this here place and said she lost her $600 and how she gonna take care of her kid. I got a solution, okay? She don't want to hear it and other people don't want to hear it, but I got a solution, all right? We done already said it. Walmart is always hiring. Subway is always hiring. There's plenty of places that is hiring. So you're trying to tell me, okay? I'm just going by what she just said. $600, I'm assuming a month, and she's talking about welfare. I'm assuming because they keep talking about buying a cup. I don't think you can buy a cup with food stamps. So they must be talking about welfare, right? This is what was happening last time we talked about this in Baltimore some months ago. So you're trying to tell me that it makes more sense to get $600 for you and your 15-year-old kid from the government than to go get a job to make at least $1,800 like the girl in Philly does. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm just Little Big Nate, take your negativity on, okay? We just talking about what they telling us. That's all we doing over here. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just asking questions. That's what we do over here. We asking. Shout out to the world. Oh my God. Shout out to the world class, the Ghetto Spheres in the building. He said a cup of noodles. Oh my God, that's hilarious. What if that's what she was talking about? Oh my God, that's so hilarious. We know that's not what she was talking about, but that's funny. I love it. I love it. I love it. Shout out to the world class. If you have not, please consider subscribing to the world class. He's trying to get to 1,000. I'm sure he's almost there. Good conversation, but he's another one. If you're sensitive, don't do it. Don't do it. Shout out to you. Lil Big Nate, blasphemy to you. Shout out to Selena Mason for the $1.99. She said, hey, Miss Michonne. Hey, sweetheart. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for the support. Appreciate you all. Please, if you have not liked the stream, I appreciate you. And get into this chat. We got the best chat going on in over 300. I love it. Thank you guys. I am honored. Shout out to one of my co-hostess, Selma Haywood in the building. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support as always. She said, hey, Michonne, my VPN is a mess, but I had to pop in just to support. It's a little after 4 a.m. Child, we got you. Please. And this mess I'm seeing has me shaking my darn head. Girl, watching this ungodly hour keeps me going. Well, then thank you for being here. Hopefully the VPN helps. But if you need to rest, then please do what you got to do. Appreciate you. Be safe. We miss you. And thank you for popping in when you can. And thank you for the support as always. I miss you and Luke Hazley being here to make sure you keep me straight. But everybody else is doing the damn thing. They definitely doing the damn thing. Thank you so much. Let's hear the rest of this, y'all.
What's going to be homeless out here, and I'm scared that I'm about to be what? Because if my lights get cut off, I'm out. My water get cut off, I'm out.
SNAP recipients across the country have been targets of thieves using phishing scams or skimming devices at ATM machines and convenience.
Wait a minute. They said SNAP benefits. They said SNAP benefits. So that lady with the 15-year-old got a problem because she don't have $600 for food stamps, I guess? No, okay. I'm so confused. All right, so they're talking about food stamps. Ma'am. I get it. You need some food. How are they taking the food stamps, though, y'all? I guess I just don't understand. I don't know. Good luck to these people, though. But come on, what else, child?
convenience stores. But the problem has gotten worse this year. New numbers from the Maryland Department of Human Services show since January, there's been more than 1,400 incidents of EBT fraud, a giant spike from the total last year of just 137. That's more than $1 million federal dollars stolen so far this year.
I did everything. Got a police report. I did that. Nothing.
But even if they report it to police, getting the money back is impossible.
Report it to the police. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Report. Hello, 911. What's your emergency? My food stamps is not where they're supposed to be. Ma'am, what? My food stamps ain't where they supposed to be. Ma'am, you really called us for this? We got real emergencies probably in your neighborhood, and you calling us for this? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This is crazy, okay? So why is this woman saying that if the electric gets cut off, she's out? Or if the water gets cut off, she's out? I'm so confused as to what's going on here right now. I'm just so confused. I'm being so serious right now. Shout out to Mr. Maurice 83. Hey, hon, how are you? Always commenting, so sweet all the time. I appreciate you, hon, and thank you for the 5 and support. Miss Michonne, what happened to priorities? Honey, child, is that in the English language anymore? I don't know. Why people are more concerned about buying material things. I wish I had an answer for you. I wish I had an answer for you. I don't understand any of this. And I'm really not trying to be rude. I'm really not. I just don't understand what the story is saying right now. We are absolutely talking about food stamps. We are absolutely talking about food stamps. She can't go buy a cup for her kid if the cup costs $5 damn. So you got to depend on the food stamps for that? Maybe she's talking about selling them because people do sell food stamps. Okay. People do that to get some money. Is that why the lady is saying that if she can't pay her electric bill, she's out because she's going to use the food stamps, to pay the electric bill? Y'all, if somebody knows, help me understand because I'm just so confused right now.
The Maryland Department of Human Services says federal regulations prohibit states from replacing SNAP benefits using federal funds.
Senate state government at its worst.
State lawmakers like Senator Ben Cramer say the department is doing a poor job of helping victims.
We actually have a $2 billion budget surplus in Maryland right now. And how it is, we can't provide a few $100s to these victims of theft to ensure that they've got food on the table is absolutely unacceptable.
On the EBT car fraud.
In a recent Finance Committee meeting addressing EBT fraud, he and other senators questioned why state funds are not being used to replace stolen benefits. Secretary Lourdes Padilla didn't give an exact answer.
This is a crime that belongs with the law enforcement to pursue.
No bank, not Citibank, not Bank of America, no one else would say, oh, this is just a law enforcement problem and our customers are on their own.
Oh, that's completely different. Now stop it. That's not a good analogy. No. The difference is that the money and the items that people have in banks is money that they put in there. What we're talking about are things that are given to people from the government. It's totally two different things. So him trying to use that analogy, sir, no, sir. It's different. You put your money in the bank, it's insured up until whatever, I think $100,000. And I don't think that that's I don't believe that that's written in the food stamp laws. I could be wrong. I don't think it's in the food stamp laws or the cash benefit laws, okay? So, sir, save it. These people are putting nothing into this system. I'm only saying that because he's trying to equate it to us putting money in the bank, and it's just not the same.
SNAP beneficiaries should not be on their own.
Lawmakers are now working with advocates to come up with legislation to address reimbursements. Hopeful the new administration is willing to play ball.
So they're hoping for y'all that are on this assistance. They're hoping that they can help you, okay? They're hoping that they can go ahead and give you the money that you've lost. So here's the problem with this, in my opinion, it's just my 2 cents, right? They talking about it's $2 billion. The last time we talked about this, I think they said it was $2 billion in a surplus. If they go ahead and they start giving y'all if they start giving these people the money for the lost money, first of all, they're going to come up with a plan and a scam to continue to get more and more and more. That money going to be run through real quick. And then when they need money for a real emergency, no tea, no shade, for the rest of the citizens of Maryland and Baltimore, they won't have any money. They can't just be giving out money just because you have it. They can't just be giving away money just because they have it. They have to be prepared for an emergency. And unfortunately, this is not an emergency. Get a job, no offense, or go to the food bank, or get off the assistance and get your own money to get your own food. Those are solutions. I know people ain't gonna like it, but those are solutions. Instead of trying to make someone do something for you that's already free just because something happened that's not working out. It's up to them to fix it and finish it, and the solution is not to give you more back. You put nothing into it. So why do they have to replace it? That's the difference between his bank analogy. What are they putting into this food stamp program, meaning these recipients? I'm not saying that people shouldn't eat. I'm really not saying that. It's just not the same. And I'm tired of people trying to equate it to be the same thing. Because if you go work, you can pay for whatever you want. You can go buy the cup whenever you feel like it. You can go buy this, that, and the third. And again, seems to be a theme here. I'm going to just start calling it a theme, y'all. Same old theme, different person. I'm just saying.
And restore a sense of peace.
I didn't deserve that. I don't think my kids deserve it at all either.
Matthew Torres, WUSA 9.
They lost this money through no fault of their own. The Human Services Department says it is working with the vendors and the Office of the Inspector General to prevent further fraud. On top of reissuing new cards and a public awareness campaign, card vendors plan to implement a system that would prevent recipients from using those so-called weak PIN numbers. You can read more about this and get some.
No, we don't want to read no more. We know enough.